You just made a graph and you're feeling pretty proud of yourself, as you should, you magnificent, magnificent person. But now we're going to take this graph and we're going to put it into our Word document, which I haven't written anything yet because I don't have to turn one in. But this is going to go in the results section, so let's make some room. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to input our table, but since we already have the graph, let's just do that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my Excel, I'm going to click on this once, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to hit copy right here. You can also hit Control C if you want to be a pro. I'm going to go back to my Word, and I'm going to go paste, and I'm going to paste it as a picture because it tends to cause less problems when you do that. So here's my picture, my graph. I can make this maybe a little bigger. Oh yeah, oh that looks good. I'm going to go up here, I'm going to center it, and then I want to go up here, and I need to put a title on it. So I'm going to center again, so center. It doesn't need to be italicized. And I'm going to change the spacing to 1 so that it's right on top of the figure. And then this is a figure, so figure 1, and then I need to name it. Okay, so I can name it a graph of volume as a function of the total pressure. Very descriptive. I know exactly what it is now. Now the problem is my graph is down here and my figure's up here. That looks really goofy. So I am actually going to force this onto the next page, which you can do by holding down Control and then pressing Enter. So Control, Enter. Ah, it looks so beautiful now. I slipped into a little bit of Italian. I don't know why. Maybe Dracula. Okay. So figure 1, a graph of volume as a function of total pressure. It looks so good. But the graph doesn't make much sense unless we also have the table. So we need to make a table to put our data. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go center, or Control E, and I'm going to go table 1, and I need to name this descriptively. Okay, and I can say data for volume and pressure from the experiment. Okay, you can make your own as long as it's descriptive. And then Enter. Your data table should look something like this, right? Because that was what your handout was. Data for analyzing the relationship between volume and pressure of a gas. Ooh, that actually sounds a lot better. I'm just going to take that heading. And I'm just going to put that right here. Copy, paste. Oh yeah. And then, no, that's the wrong thing. And then I need how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to make 5 columns. So you go to Insert, Table, and then you need 5 columns. So see how it says 5 by 1? And then I'm going to take it down, and I'm going to get as many as I can. Okay, so let's see. What's in the first column? It says data point. So I'm going to go data point, and then go to the next cell. And then it says volume and gauge pressure. And then it says room pressure. And it says absolute pressure. So now you just want to start inputting your data. I need to add some rows, don't I? So I'm going to right click, I'm going to insert and add row below. And I'm just going to do that a couple more times, or I can hit the redo button right here, which is also Control Y. So I have 8, 9, 10. And then I need to put my volume data, so whatever it was, 30 milliliters, then maybe it was 28 milliliters, whatever, you do it for the rest of them. The gauge pressure, so 0 mmHg. Notice how I'm putting units? You want to put units. And then maybe it was 50 mmHg. and then so on and so forth. The room pressure, which should be constant, so you can actually just take this, hit Control-C or copy, and then paste it. Oh, we want that centered. And then the absolute pressure, which is just this plus this, so that would be 760 mmHg. This one would be 810 mmHg, and so forth. You can do that for all of them. Now notice how this table is split across the page. We don't want that either. So I'm actually going to take the whole results section and do the Control-E that I did. You might not need to. It depends on if your table is split. But now I've got this big empty page. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to delete twice to get this back on the same page. So now I've got this all together, and I'm ready to do the rest of my lab. Okay. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say. Oh yes, a lot of you are going to want to input Boyle's law into your conclusion. Let me show you how to do that to make it look beautiful. So we know Boyle's law is P1 V1 equals P2 V2. But this looks gross. Gross. So what I want to do is I want to make the 1 a little 1, right? It needs to be like below the P. So I'm going to go P. Go P. Okay, sorry. And then I'm going to go up here. You see where it says subscript? I'm going to hit subscript and then 1. I'm going to hit it again to go back to normal. Hit V, subscript 1, go back to normal, equals P subscript 2. Alright, and you get the idea, so you do that for all of them. This looks sexy. Yes, it certainly does. There's another way to do this when you go to Insert and Equation. You can use these different buttons. I'm going to show you how to do that when we learn how to type in calculations, but for now, just using the subscripts and the superscripts should be enough. Actually, you didn't have to use any superscripts, did you? Yeah, you can experiment, see what that does. I bet you can make a guess. Okay. I think you have enough information to do this lab and make it beautiful now. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.